Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Welcome to this amazing conversation, which won't be longer than 6 minutes approximately. But today we are going to have this live conversation talking about introverts versus extroverts and what are the challenges that specifically introverts face. Now, according to the Introvert Advantage, a book by Marti Olsen Laney, introverts have a longer neural pathway for processing stimulus. Information runs through a pathway that is associated with long-term memory and planning. In other words, it's more complicated for introverts to process the interactions and events compared to the extroverts. As they process this information, introverts are carefully attending to the internal thoughts and feelings at the same time. According to the studies done by psychologist Hans Eysenck, introverts require less stimulation from the world in order to be awake and alert compared to the extroverts. This means that introverts are more easily overstimulated. This is the reason if you see the time spent on by the introverts at the party, as the party continues, the extroverts start getting more engaged, more involved. They start getting more joyful, versus the introvert would start getting lesser and lesser engaged, and they would want to leave the party. But there's a flip side of the introverts' sensitivity, because their sensitivity to dopamine, a chemical which is released in the brain, is that they need less of it to feel happy. Extroverts' brains run on an energy-spending nervous system, whereas introverts' brain run on an energy-conserving nervous system. This is why introverts feel content and energized when reading a book, thinking deeply, or diving into their rich inner world of ideas. Introverts' brains aren't as strongly rewarded for gambling or taking risk as extroverts' brains are. The brain's reward and pleasure system is activated by dopamine, neurotransmitters. We spoke about dopamine, which is a chemical released in the brain. Scientists found that extroverts' brain responded with more pleasure to positive gambling results, and in other words, introverts feel less excitement from surprises or risks. The introvert's brain treats interactions with people at the same intensity level that it treats encounters with inanimate or lifeless objects. Introverts process everything in their surroundings and pay attention to all the sensory details within the environment and not just to the people that they are interacting or engaged with. As introverts, while they are thinking, they reach back into the long-term memory to locate the information. An introvert will often compare old and new experiences when taking or making a decision. This slows down the processing of decision making but leads to carefully thought out decisions. This means that introverts have an active dialogue within themselves and usually walk around with many thoughts in their mind. Have you seen any of your friends or relatives or your colleagues? We are talking to them and they just go into their own world. And then you ask them, why are you so quiet? Are you okay? This is the reason. On Friday, the 18th of February at 9 a.m., we are going to do a session called NoNLP. And it is going to decode some of the things that we spoke about. And whether you are an introvert or an extrovert, whether you have somebody who is an introvert at home or at workplace, or you know someone who is an extrovert, whether at home or at your workplace, within family, within relatives, within colleagues, make sure you call them and yourself join this session. This is going to be an excellent interaction to know a little bit more about NLP and the facts, whether NLP is only for experts, whether it can help you, to what degree it can help you. And it's going to have some amazing gifts at the end of the session. This has been organized by Maharashtra Professional Forum, and we are going to call an expert from the NLP Academy. So please do join in. And there are limited Zoom seats available. So register now by clicking the link below in the comment to make sure that you have got your seats. Believe me, it's going to be an amazing session, and I will see you on Friday, the 18th of Feb at 9 a.m. Doha, Qatar time, and 11:30 a.m. India time. See you then. Until then, enjoy.